Welcome to DIGINAIJA TV. Why Professor Banji Akintoye and Sunday Igboho want Yoruba nation. The struggle for independence. Two names have stood at the forefront of the Yoruba nation movement, Professor Banji Akintoye and Sunday Igboho. But why are they so passionate about the idea of breaking away from Nigeria? What fuels their dream of an independent Yoruba nation? In today's video, we'll break down the reasons behind their push for secession and the wider struggle to separate from Nigeria. First, let's talk about Professor Banji Akintoye, a respected historian, academic, and politician. Akintoye has been one of the leading voices for the Yoruba nation movement for years. For him, this fight is deeply rooted in history and the desire to restore the dignity of the Yoruba people. Akintoye believes that the Yoruba, with their rich culture, language, and history, have been marginalized and neglected by the Nigerian government. For him, the independence of the Yoruba nation is not just about political freedom, but about the survival of the Yoruba identity itself. He often says Nigeria's central government has failed to recognize the unique history and needs of the Yoruba people. Akintoye sees the history of Nigeria's creation as problematic. The amalgamation of the northern and southern protectorates in 1914 by the British, he argues, has never been beneficial to the diverse ethnic groups in the country. In his view, the ethnic tension, economic disparity, and political chaos we see today are results of this forced union. Cut to footage of Sunday Igboho speaking at a rally, passionately addressing supporters. Then there's Sunday Igboho, a man who has become the face of Yoruba resistance against perceived injustice. While Akintoye is more academic in his approach, Igboho's style is more militant. He rose to prominence during the recent spate of attacks on Yoruba communities, which he believes have been ignored by the Nigerian government. Clip of Igboho speaking to his supporters, followed by protests or rallies in support of his cause. Igboho's call for Yoruba independence began as a response to what he saw as the Nigerian government's failure to protect the lives and properties of Yoruba people, especially in the face of increasing banditry, herdsman attacks, and kidnapping. He has accused the government of failing to curb these threats and has taken matters into his own hands, even resorting to armed resistance at times. To Igboho, the only way for the Yoruba people to truly thrive is for them to have their own land, free from the chaos of Nigeria. He argues that only in a Yoruba nation can the people enjoy true security, peace, and development. In his eyes, it's a matter of survival, both politically and culturally. Clip shows some of the devastation caused by conflict in Nigeria, followed by images of peaceful Yoruba villages. But why is this movement so important? To understand that, we need to look at the historical context. During the colonial era, the British divided Nigeria into regions, the North, South, and West. The Yoruba people were predominantly in the Western region. After independence in 1960, these regions remained largely autonomous, but over time, Nigeria became more centralized, with the federal government holding significant power. This led to growing frustration for many ethnic groups, including the Yoruba, who felt they were losing their autonomy. Under successive military and civilian governments, the Yoruba people began to feel increasingly sidelined, especially during the years of military dictatorship. The 1993 annulment of the presidential election, which was widely believed to have been won by the Yoruba candidate, Chief Moshood Abiola, was a turning point. That event cemented a growing belief among many Yoruba that their political power and influence within Nigeria were being undermined. For them, it was proof that the Nigerian state had no regard for the aspirations of the Yoruba people. This resentment only grew over the years, leading to calls for greater autonomy, and for some, outright independence. Footage of large crowds at rallies, waving Yoruba flags. The Yoruba nation movement, led by people like Akintoya and Igboho, is not just about historical grievances, but also about the future. They argue that the current state of Nigeria, rife with corruption, inequality, and ethnic violence, cannot guarantee the survival and prosperity of the Yoruba people. Despite the challenges, both Akintoye and Igboho have garnered significant support from the Yoruba diaspora and from young people who feel disillusioned with the Nigerian government's inability to address their concerns. Footage of young Yoruba people participating in protests, waving flags, or attending events. Many see the fight for Yoruba nation as the fight for a better future. For them, the idea of independence represents hope for self-determination, economic prosperity, and an end to violence and instability. The Nigerian government has strongly opposed any efforts toward secession, and the political, social, and economic challenges of creating a new nation would be immense. But one thing is clear. The desire for a Yoruba nation is rooted in a deep sense of pride, history, and the hope for a better tomorrow. Do you think the Yoruba nation will one day become a reality, or is it just a dream that will never come true? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on Nigerian politics and the global struggle for independence.